our championship contenders.
Yeah, just having a quick look at the maths on the other classes. Too tight to call at the moment, but just looking as we go into the last 15 minutes now of this race. In comes the 49.
This was the car that had a big issue earlier on.
Yeah.
So a nice big clatter of the old curbs before it made its way back in, had to go to the garage. Looking in a better state right now.
Yeah, came here leading the championship. Pierre Caffer on board, having had a big off as we saw backwards, but that car losing not as much time as we thought they might have done after he went off. In fact, that car is about, what, 11 laps down, but they're out of contention for today, but we'll have to see where the others finish for the championship. Trying to work it all out as we go along.
Toyota Races, Sebastian Buemi is our leader. Audi team Joost Andre Lotterer in the one car, chasing down that number 8 machine. They're doing a great job of it, and in fact they are now just well, it's just over a minute apart, but the Toyota 8 car is suffering a vibration after their last pit stop. They've been told by the team that it's of no great significance. Well, it certainly is if you're the driver, and having that as a bit of a handful, and it will certainly feel like that out there. Just looking at the 51 AF Corsa, Tony Violander, and it looks like the Pro Class win is heading for Ferrari. Strange, pleasant, but quite familiar, I guess, to see Ferrari and Porsche dominating proceedings late on. We thought this was going to be all about an Aston Martin party. So did Dave Richards, who made the trip out here. Yes, hasn't really worked out for them, I'm afraid.
Yeah, this has been a big blow for Aston, hasn't it? And with the Ferraris where they are at the moment in running in the Pro Class first and third, they have got the not only the drivers but the manufacturers championship if they can stay right where they are at the moment. So
yes, it's not been a great day for Aston Martin, so we just keep our fingers crossed that they work as they should in the Am class. So right now, the 95 car, Nicky Tim, is on board, and we're looking at him. You see the rises and falls of this track. It's not as flat as the topography may well suggest. They've dug in some real tests along the way, and Tim it is that is leading at the moment for this race anyway. But great news for his teammates is that they're, courtesy of the fact that the 95 car is going to take the lion's share of the points out there, it means we think that the 96 car with Stuart Hall and Jamie Campbell, Walter and Goethe are going to find themselves as champions. Stuart Hall and JCW, fantastic, of the GTE Am class. I know that Stuart Hall and Jamie Campbell Walter are very much pro about them. So we will stay with the action right until the very end. Looks like the fog which has dogged us over the last few days may well be just thinking about rolling in again.
Yeah, I've been watching. I'm just wondering if it's the car headlights or is it actually the fog. We had really serious fog on Friday night, and in fact Daily Sports Car reporting they had to drive with the window open and sort of wave the hand out to see where they were going. It's this time of year when you do get the sea fogs. Remember, Bahrain means 2 seas in Arabic, and they are, it's what this island of Bahrain which we're on, Manama, one of 36 islands which make up the Kingdom of Bahrain, part of the Gulf states. Bridges linking the with Saudi Arabia one side, and they're at this moment just starting work on building a new bridge 45 kilometers to Qatar.
Yeah, bridge for 45 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently they're going to make it weave a bit so that you don't get bored driving it and have an accident.
So that was a short answer to your question about the fog. So
thank you, Mark.
Bit of geography. Not so foggy here now, is it? Maybe it's just something on the cameras. But
plenty of beam there.
I think you're right.
I think it might be just a little bit of nighttime moisture. Temperatures around about 22 Celsius, even at this time of night.
Yeah.
What are we? Nearly 4 hours beyond sunset.
Well, I'll give you a weather report. 71% humidity at this moment. Air temperature 22 degrees. Track temperature 22 degrees. There we are.
Just saw Bertrand Baguette came here as championship leader, and right now is running 4th in class. Unfortunately, G-Drive Racing, they're up there. So are Grease Motorsport and the other Oak Racing 24 machine. It may well be a little bit of a handover within the same team, I guess. 4 in contention as they came to this, Mark. Only one can win it.
Yes, anyone. Again, as we said, 4 teams fighting for this. So John Martin, who's leading at the moment with Rusinoff and Conway, they came here in 3rd place. This win today, 25 points, would give them 132. But Baguette has already got 129. So where they finish is going to count. And at the moment, it looks like Oak Racing in the 35 car have a very, very good chance of taking the title.
So just under 10 minutes to go, and guess where we're heading? Of course, it's back to the 96 machine. This is a fabulous, fabulous sounding machine, and I would just love it if Stewie does the job. He's going to get the final stint. He's such a nice chap, to be honest, is our Stuart Hall. Great commentator as well, and as you can see, great driver too.
Yeah, so this would be good for Aston, of course. This would save everything. They're not going to take the win today, but they can take the championship. Certainly the Drivers' Championship, and it's been well earned by Stuart and Jamie. They've been a great partnership this year, very, very quick. Roland Goethe dipping in and out of the car. Johnny Adams did his bit in Shanghai, and Aston Martin, very, very grateful to him for that. Of course, he then also helped to win the British GT Championship for Beechdean Aston Martin, so a big history there. Coming into the pits though. Oh, what's this, splash and dash?
I think it might have to be. Jamie Campbell-Walter was told to just keep the pressure on everybody, and maybe that strategy earlier on of just pedal to the floor has had an impact. Yeah,
it doesn't matter because he's 7 laps ahead of the next car in the class, Raymond Marak's Matmut IMSA Porsche.
Which is why he was given free range to do what he wanted.
Yeah.
So it is fuel, and a goodly amount as well for Stuart, as he will get back underway.
Final pit stop of the year then for this Aston Martin, and perhaps for any car here. 8 minutes remaining.
8 minutes to go. Stuart Hall brings out the Aston Martin once more and is heading for class victory. Oh gosh, they left it close, didn't they?
Yeah.
Contact in Shanghai was the reason their pomp was reduced in volume, I think you might say, as they came here. Well, they've certainly managed to pick it back up, if only just.
Yeah, Stuart, of course, all his professional world and Le Mans career allied to Aston Martin, and he and Roland Goethe really have made a great partnership. He mentors Roald Goethe, having collection. He owns this car, he owns a number of the Aston Martins racing here, he owns a lot of classic Aston Martins, and this will be great for the team just to be able to take this title here tonight.
Yeah, nice for Roald as well to be able to take the car home and just hang it up with the rest of them. Yeah. He's got quite a collection, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did a good job this evening, Roald. He hasn't raced since Le Mans. He's had business commitments in Nigeria, so finally got back into the car today, did the first 2 shifts and done a good job.
Lights ablaze, but it's not going to do them too much good. Audi, that is, because Toyota are in a happy place as the 2 car gets lifted, presumably to be put on a plinth somewhere. That is going to be the championship winning car. Gearbox issue, unfortunately, means that Allen Ignition friends will not finish as they would have liked, which was standing on a podium at the end of this great series. It's been a fantastic championship, has it not?
Yeah, Nick Lapierre, by the way, there with the beard. He is racing here under a bit of a cloud. He got a 2,000 euro fine, and also he has had a suspended sentence of exclusion from the next race if he does anything wrong. That was for overtaking under red flags yesterday. Fisichella then, who might have been champion if he had stayed with Jimmy Bruni. We don't know what the issues were, but they were split up, and he, of course, excluded from that chance of winning the championship by being moved into the other car this weekend.
I don't know what that punishment was for, frankly. I don't think it's entirely down to lack of form. Something else going on there that we're unaware of. And as you saw, it's locked down as far as information is concerned out of Team Ferrari. But certainly somebody's been annoyed, and it's not just Fisichella, I can tell you that much. Nico Lapierre, it's a real clatter as they come off that near step, isn't there, Mark? We saw a few moments ago the Labra competition Corvette really sending up the sparks. And Anthony Davidson, he's done an amazing job. You know, he is Mr. Fuel Consumption at the moment. He's keeping the pace, but he's such a smooth driver, almost as smooth as a talker, it seems, doing a phenomenal job. He nurses a car while thrashing it. How do you work that one out?
Manu Collard there then, man very much Mr. Sports Car Racing as far as France is concerned, and here's Mr. Sports Car Racing of Britain, Ant Davidson. And after the heartbreaks of 2 races in recent times, particularly Shanghai, here we are going for that win at last.
I like Ant Davidson. I hope he does it. It'd be fabulous. Just under the 5-minute mark, as you can see, timing down, and nobody dare celebrate. It's quite magnificent. I am very much looking forward to all classes coming through here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Mark, this World Endurance Championship has stood as a magnificent beacon for such for what has been a great championship season, and great to see Le Mans as well as solidly part of it.
Yeah, very much so. And just remember, at this point of the season, after 8 races, we will have had 60 hours of racing. 24 hours to Le Mans. We've had 6-hour races, and we've had one at Fuji, which wasn't a race at all, so we don't count that. So 60 hours of racing coming down to the final 4 minutes.
54 years since Aston Martin last won a world title. 1959, Sterling Moss, Salvadori, and of course a certain Mr. Shelby as well. World Sports Car Championship. And well, I guess they will take the GTE GTE Am class win, I guess, but they had higher hopes, did they not, Mark, when they came to this track?
They did indeed, and this car definitely looks like the team's decided they are going to be champions. Bertrand Baguette and co had a good lead when they came here, almost 130 points. They, at the moment, are in 1, 2, 3, 4th place, which will give them 12 points or 12 points here this evening, and that should be all they need. Here we are then. Toyota going to go home happy because they finally got that win they've been chasing all year, and a lot of other teams are going to go home happy because they are champions.
Interesting what you're saying about Nico Lapierre's red flag sanction and that suspension that he's got hanging over him. He's going to be excluded for one more such contravention until, is it Shanghai next year?
Yeah, no, only one more race.
Oh, so, thank goodness for that.
Until the end of Silverstone, which is the first race of next year. That's at Easter. I hope you'll all be there. We'll be there. Come and say hello and have a shout. I know it's a long way away yet, and we haven't even had Christmas yet, but we're getting there.
Still serious, but not as serious as I thought. I misheard you. So there we are, 2.5 minutes to go, and it looks like Toyota Racing are going to get that oh-so-craved for victory that they've been, well, kind of desperate for, I guess. Audi, dominant force, as you know, and when the new cars come out, expect them to be almost instantaneously extraordinarily effective. The R18 has been magnificent. The e-tron has, well, it kind of blew us all away right from the very beginning. And, well, it saw off the challenge from Persia, and it's holding Toyota at bay, although not here.
Yeah, so you just saw the clock counting down there, 8:57 at night. 6-hour race started at 3 local time, finishes at 9. Means everyone's going to have a good evening, hopefully. Is this alcohol-free here in Bahrain, or they're going to...
No, it's wet state.
Good, excellent. So they will be having a beer or two, won't they? Celebrate the end of the season. Hopefully champagne for most of them.
There we are. Yes, Bahrain fun time. 90 seconds of this season remaining. Mark, we have had a fabulous season. It may not have been the most dramatic end to it, but I think it's played out and told its own story, and it's been none less entertaining. Yeah, anyway,
we got to remember, of course, the tragedy at Le Mans with Alan Simonson, and that was a great loss to sports car racing. Also the loss of Sean Edwards in a test day accident in Australia. So 2 of sports car racing's great we lost this year, but apart from that, there have been huge highs, and amongst those highs has been Alan McNish, our own Alan McNish, becoming Scotland's first ever world sports car champion, joining that pantheon of champions such as Jackie Stewart, Jim Clark, and of course Dario Franchitti, who has just retired from IndyCar racing after a stupendous career.
And Colin McRae.
And Colin McRae, of course, yes.
There we are. Just drawing then to a close inside the final 30 seconds, as I say it. One more time across the line, so that will be the final lap declared, and so next time by they will be victorious. And how magnificent is this? I still almost daren't cheer for Toyota, despite my best intentions. They do have that vibration. And look at this. There we are. We always say that sports car racing is a family affair, and they're proof positive.
It reminds me of little